Hello, my name is Rich Macias and I'm a fifth year student at NAU. I'm majoring in physics and modern languages with a Spanish emphasis and minoring in math. I spent my year abroad in Haiyan, or Haiyan as they would say, studying at the University of Haiyan. Haiyan is a small, quiet town. I've heard it referred to as the olive oil capital of the world, which makes sense because it is literally surrounded by olive trees. I think the simple life and easygoing attitude in the town made it easier for me to find peace and comfort, which made the transition a bit easier and less stressful. Anyway, during my year abroad, I was lucky enough to have found an internship pretty quickly in the physics department. When I found my mentor, I just jumped into the research he was doing. He was doing research in two areas: physics education and supercapacitors. However, for both these areas of research, we were taking full advantage of the Arduino, which is a circuit of microcontrollers that you can manipulate to do whatever you can imagine. In the physics education research, which was the majority of the second semester, we were looking for ways to create experiments that demonstrated concepts in physics so that we can improve physics pedagogy for high school students. The concepts we chose to demonstrate were concepts in magnetism, such as polarity and the Biot-Savart law, which is an equation that describes the magnetic field that appears when there's an electrical current. We then disseminated our results to high school students in nearby towns to see if our experiments helped them learn these concepts. Then, later in the second half of my year abroad, I started doing research into supercapacitors, which is something in an electrical circuit that stores and releases energy really well, hence the super. Right now, we know that the capacitance, which is the ability for something to store electrical charge, and therefore energy, depends on the geometry of the capacitor. So what my mentor and I were trying to do was figure out an equation that can be applied to all capacitors, regardless of geometry. To find this equation, we manipulated the Arduino so that it would measure the charging and discharging rates of various capacitors, and we compared the results. Studying and doing research in Haiyan was extremely rewarding. Although it was hard at times, being able to stick with it and thrive showed me what I'm capable of. I'm very grateful for this experience, for the support of my mentors, and for the support of IGP. Because of this experience, I feel much more mentally strong, much more competent, and much more complete as a Chicano who is not fluent in Spanish at all a year ago. Thank you for your time.